A classic diner dish it is. What? A tuna melt. Ooh, cheesy goodness on a butter-crusted sourdough piece of bread. My gosh, hurry up, I ain't gonna wait on you. Hey, thank y'all for stopping by the backyard on another day the Lord has blessed us with. Ooh, and what are we talking about? An old diner classic. I mean, something that I've been craving. What is it? A tuna melt. What? You ain't never had one? Ooh, these things is so good. But you know when you can saddle the same horse twice and ride him, it's sort of like the best thing ever. I'm talking about a grilled cheese and a tuna sandwich. Combine it all together with that cheesy goodness, but we're sort of kicking it up a notch and making some of the greatest tuna you'll ever taste and covering it with 3 kinds of cheese. Ooh, you're gonna like this one, so I hope you stick around for it. It's gonna be good. Now, folks, canned tuna is sort of new to the culinary scene. It is sort of come about, let's say 1903, along in there somewhere. We was talking about running out of sardines, and people did love some sardines back then. They really did. But there was this fish that was always in the way. Kept them from catching them. What was it? Them albacore tuna. So this grocery store man out there in California run out of sardines, and he's thinking, man, I'm gonna have to steam some of this tuna. I gotta have something to sell them. Cleaned out some of them sardine cans, put some of that tuna in there, and he noticed after he steamed it that it turned a good white color, and it was good. So hey, let's talk about, we be having tuna for a long time. They canned this stuff and sent it over there to our troops in World War I. This stuff was so good. So we're talking about getting good tuna to begin with. That is one of the main things. Sorry, Charlie. Remember him? Had that little commercial where he's down there, you know. But folks, I'm talking about... It's talking about Sorry Charlie. He be trying to get on the hook all the time, but they just took the best tuna, and I don't know why Charlie never did make it, but you never seen that commercial?
I did.
Oh, there's thousands of people seen it, I guarantee. Even Ma seen it probably. She probably remember Sorry Charlie tuna, don't you, Ma? She says she do, see? And that's him right there. If you want to zoom up, people will recognize him, Shan. He was a movie star for a long time.
I usually get chicken of the sea.
Whoa, chicken of the sea. Now, drain the water off of that and just dump her right there in your mixing bowl. That went by. We're going to let that one go, Shan. Now, you can see that tuna is good and flaky and white, so we're going to call that some really good stuff. And you don't have to sort of chop it up now if you don't want to. I just sort of like to get mine a little bit chopped up. And remember that, folks? Duke's mayonnaise. You got to have it. It is some of the best stuff. And I like to use me 2 heaping tablespoons. I'm talking heaping. That is what we call goodness with Duke's mayonnaise. And I want to thank you folks that turned me on to that so many months ago. Now, after that, we're going to go with some Worcestershire sauce. I use me about 2 tablespoons, which is about that much. This is where I like to kick it up a notch, folks. You can't even read that because it ain't got no label on anymore. But it says creamy style horseradish. Yeah, some of you out there saying, we never put that in our tuna. Shan turned me on to horseradish and tuna a long time ago. And I'm going to use a half a tablespoon for her and another half for me because I like it that much. A half to a tablespoon is about right. Now, after that, folks, we're going to use us some sweet relish. It always goes in our tuna at home when we use it. So just get you some out of there. 2 tablespoons is about what I'm after, which is that much right there exactly. My mother-in-law Molly turned me on to these right here. What do you call them? Capers. First time I ever had them, I was in Disneyland, had me one of them bagels and locks. And I looked for the key for a long time, never did find it until they brought these. Had them capers on there. Now I don't be using the juice, I just be using the capers. And I like a tablespoonful again.
Why do you use capers?
Because I like the tang that it gives. It's a little zing there. It's sort of like having a little more on the dill pickle side maybe. But woo, they do add some great flavor to this. And folks, you can't have tuna unless you got a chopped green onion. So there he goes, which is about 1/4 of a cup of green onion. Let me get it mixed up. And guess what? This will make you, right off the bat, cold tuna fish sandwich. So we're going to season that. Now, you've seen me jerk out a lot of that original seasoning, and I do like it in some tuna, but today we're going more traditional. We're just going to go some coarse ground black pepper and some salt. And we're going to call that good. Give it a stir. Now, right about this time is where you be tasting it and thinking to yourself, do I need to add something else? I need to add a little more relish. Well, our tuna is mixed and it's just minding its own business over. So when we're talking about making a tuna melt, we got to have some good bread and a device to put it in and something to give it that good crust there on top. Let's think about it a minute. Crust, vessel to cook, and bread. Well, folks, to me, I like to use a sourdough sliced bread. And you can see the thickness on this is about probably close to a 1/2 inch, maybe 5/8, maybe even 9/16, Shan, maybe so. But folks, bread to tuna ratio is what we're talking about, because you can get too much bread on there where you think, this ain't gonna work. And since the wind's blowing 42 miles an hour, I'm gonna put these back in the storm cellar till I get ready. Now, let's talk about the vessel that we're gonna cook it with. I done broke out my brand new 12-inch Stargazer, because it's got that long handle. I ain't gonna be burning my fingers over that grill. So we gotta get that good crust on that sourdough bread. So what are we gonna use? Another one of them deals my little lovely Irish woman showed me what to talk about. What do we got under here, Shan?
I'm guessing it's butter because it's in a butter dish.
Kerrygold butter.
Oh.
Folks, I used to think there was no difference in no butter, and we used to make our own butter many years ago. But once you done wrap a lip around some of that you've got spread on something that you done toasted, it don't get no better than that. It is one of the best things. But make sure you get you some good sourdough bread. I tried it with French bread. We did. I didn't like it. So when we're talking about putting some butter on the bread, and Shan used to get confused, I called it butter bread. She did not know what butter bread was. Butter bread is when you butter your bread. So I'm talking a generous coating all the way around. Don't leave nobody out. Make sure everybody is covered really, really well. That's what they made butter for, to put on stuff. So make sure you got some of it on there. So we got this Stargazer hot. We're going to slide her right back out here. Got it buttered, we have. And I just want you to lay her down in there. And we're going to cook that side halfway done. Yeah, because we're going to have to cook it again here in a minute. So I just want that side to get sort of toasted. Then we'll flip it over. So you've seen that it's a pretty golden brown there, but not exactly what we're going to end up with, what I call half done. I'm going to pull her over here and slow her down just a little. But while we got that side just like it is, what we're talking about, remember all them cheeses I was telling you about? And you can't have a tuna melt, you ain't got some cheese on there. So while we turned it over, that hot side is right there. We just got through cooking. Give you a good layer of what? Parmesan cheese on there. Because folks, if it ain't cheesy, it ain't gonna be good. So we gotta get some of it on there. Make sure that everybody got some. And we're just gonna let that side cook there a little more till we can see that cheese begin to melt there just a little. Then we're gonna pull it off, bring it over to our little cutting board, add us some tuna, some more cheese, and some fire. It's gonna be good. Well, I think them others have got about done. Now, if you're doing this in the house, I do it over about medium heat. You don't have to rush quite so much. Let's see if we can get them both out of there. You can see how that Parmesan has sort of got to melt on there already, and that's what we're after. So let's talk about getting some tuna on there. You want to? Got our little Parmesans on there, so what are we going to go with now? Some mozzarella, because we got to be cheesy. And hey, y'all remember our smoked cheese video we did not long ago? I did that method yesterday. It is some of that good, but we eat all cheese, so we ain't got nothing left. So let's go with some tuna. And folks, I like to give him a little mashing and conform him to the bread itself. Let it be the outline you're coloring with. And remember what you learned in school? Don't color outside the lines. You won't get no grade. Guess what? Now there's some cheddar going on there. And then we got to try to get this over onto that without losing it all. Shan, can it be done? It can. Give it a little mash right here. If you got some of that left over, take your concrete trowel or your spatula and just get him shaped in there. Give him one more mash. We're going back to the fire. Let me get him there. Because folks, we ain't got to toast much longer. We're just melting that cheese throughout. That's why we cook it halfway to begin with. Did y'all see that cheesy goodness spread out across the land, joining hands together from one side of the sandwich to the other to say, oh my God, this is love and cheesy goodness. Now to get a bite.
Now you do the Tuna Melt swirl.
Got me some cheesy goodness. I'm gonna tell you the star of the show, there's three of them. Guess what it is? Butter, sourdough bread, and them capers. Them capers add just the right touch to this deal. If you ain't never tried them, folks, I ask you, be throwing them in there. Because they are some of that goodness. Be sure and blend your cheese the way you would like it. But I love to start with that Parmesan right there with the first coating because it melts so easy and it just creates a great foundation. Well, we hope y'all enjoyed this old classic diner meal we did because, it's good and it's easy. Gather the family around or your friends and neighbors and just feed them some of this cheesy goodness. It is so good. Anything that we used in this video, hey, it'll be listed down there in the little description and the links below to where you can find everything we got. I mean, it is a great deal. As always, folks, I tip my hat to all our servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag flying above mine and Shannon's camp wherever we may be. We salute you all. But folks, I too got to remind you, we got so much to be thankful for. We are truly blessed people, we are. Remember those who are keeping us safe, keeping us fed, and taking care of us because, folks, we need it now more than ever. Be sure and lift them up in your thoughts and prayers and give everybody a round of applause for just helping each other out. That's what it's about. Well, I had two good helpers. One of them was Shan, one of them was me, and the other one was the Beagle. Duke was asleep, you lazy outfit you are. Here you go, Beagle, you always work hard, you do. A few tail wags maybe. Pretty hot tail wag meter ain't hardly running today, it ain't. We thank y'all for stopping by. We never take it for granted that you watch. God bless you each and every one. We'll see you down the cheesy goodness Tuna Melt trail. Wait. Wait. Duke, quiet on the set, please. Something just happened. Let me just put one of them in my pocket, okay?
I wasn't ready for the sign off, so.
Here we've been getting my little buddy.
Tail wags?
Yeah, we got tail wags, but they're pretty slow. They just woke up from a nap. Whew. Well, folks, it's time to get her over. Shan said cut, wrap it up. It's a done deal. Stick a fork in it. We ain't going to eat it no more through. Bye. Hope y'all see y'all next week. You don't like the way it is? That's tough.
Start signing off that way, though.
Uh-huh.